discussion where we are inviting 5 printers. And to begin with, I will invite Tushar Dhote, who has been the conveyor of this entire conference. I'm glad that he has spent the entire day in the book printing session rather than in the other 2 sessions. So he loves books. Me and Tushar, we go a long way and we talk very passionately about books all the time. And so he's going to be the moderator of this particular paneling session. So Tushar, let me welcome you first. Uh, uh, okay, Tushar wants to stand and talk. So the first printer whom I want to invite is obviously Mr. Vijay Jadhav of Repro India, the pioneer in India. And Vijayji, you take the center spot. Because, yeah, we would love to talk to him. We would love to listen to him. He has the highest amount of experience in digital inkjet printing and the longest. So, Mr. Vijay Jadhav ji from Repro India. Second, I would like to invite Akshat again. We can ask him a lot of questions in the panel discussion. He also has a lot of experience of inkjet. Apart from inkjet, then we have a lot of experience in the room on the traditional laser digital machines and inkjet sheet-fed digital machines. So the third printer I would like to invite is Miss Mansi Arya. She's the only lady in our team, so most welcome, Mansi. Kedar is a good friend from Mumbai with a lot of experience, and so Kedar joins us to enlighten us. And Harshad Borude, once again, a very seasoned printer, and also he has been on this side of the business with Fujifilm and many other companies. So he will be able to give us insights from both the sides. So we have a very strong panel, and I expect you to ask a lot of questions to them. And of course, it starts with one. Okay, sorry, Hitender. Oh, my apologies. Hitender from Technova. Yeah, he is. He will give us a perspective from the suppliers end. Yeah. So we have a very good panel, and I leave it to you to drill them with a lot of questions. Over to you, Tushar.
Thank you, Ajay. Great session since morning. I believe everybody is tired now. And but a lot of information, a lot of knowledge has been shared over the last 4.5 hours. And it is very exaggerating, when you share knowledge, everybody loves it. And I am a technologist for almost 3.5 decades. My only experience majorly is in books. That is why I was sitting here. And today's panel discussion was to be done by Ramu Ramanathan of Printweek. Unfortunately, he is not well. He's not come, so I've got very little time to prepare for any questions for you. But I can then start. So I'll start from the cut sheet laser toners. So we have 3 panelists here, Harshad, Mansi, and Kedar, who are into POD, that is print on demand books, short run, medium run, and 2 of them are from Mumbai, and Mansi is from Delhi, and she is been helping her father, Mr. Arya, Ashwini Arya, for last 8 years, I believe, yeah. And she has had 2 startups in which she is expanding on the book segment. So clap for her for being the only woman on this panel and who's into books. And from what I spoke to her, she loves them. Vijay Jadhav is an old friend of mine. And I believe he's been a very senior person at Repro with almost 28 years of experience. And we also often discuss, I mean, I go to his office or we call, and there's a lot of time that a lot of interaction is there. Akshat, I met him in Delhi. I had the privilege to see his plant, and nice unit. And the best thing about his is that being from the IT and background, he could convert his, copy center to an inkjet. I mean, that trajectory and that fast speed at which he has done. I mean, investment in inkjet is not a joke. I mean, people take almost 2 years, 3 years just to decide investment which they are not used to. Conventionally, offset is a matured technology, and buying a machine is not a very big decision. It is what specs you want and all. But in the inkjet, because we are just entered, I have been following Ajay. We've been speaking a lot. So actually, I was interested in inkjet, and it was 2008. I was in books. I had 7 Xerox machines at a time, and I used to do only books, short-run books. And my interest into inkjet started in 2008. And unfortunately, it was not a mature technology for me. But Repro, I think his first machine came in 2011. Okay. That is the Prosper which came. Yeah. So my questions will be, scarcity of time. We have to finish in 45 minutes. So probably each one of you will get 1 or 2 questions, and we have to quickly sum it up, right? So as I said, I'll start from Harshad. I have known him, and I met him in Drupa this time, and he was looking for an inkjet. And we had some basic talks about it. Then I went and visited his press, but his press is very compact, And I now outsource my print to Kedar and him. So these guys are only very technically sound, and they know their jobs. And they've created a system in which the deliverables, I believe, time and the turnaround times are very fast. So now we're not comparing actually, because you are in the short run, you have offset. Kedar has a combination of offset and digital. I think he is the balanced person here, because he is supplementing both the things and balancing. He is also on the verge of looking at inkjet as a prospect in near future. And we have Hitendra from Technova, and he's been in inkjet for the last 15 years. He's recently joined Technova, and I believe is the founders and Kyocera. Yeah, that is the 2 products which Technova has in this kitty. Okay, so Harshad, you are a person who has come from the background of Fuji and selling consumables and hot melts and all, and how suddenly you decided into coming to this thing? You take the...
I worked in the production side for 17 years. Hello?
Take other mic.
I worked on the production side for 17 years in newspaper.
Take another mic.
Hello? Hello? So, after stint working in the production for 17 years in newspapers, in commercial segment, in a packaging unit, I decided to try my hand in the sales segment. So I joined Fujifilm, and it gave me a complete different viewpoint that what should I do in my life. When I reached out to most of these big printers across India, I realized that business is a next step that I need to take. So in 2015-16, with Fujifilm, tried to introduce JetPress 540W. Again, roll-to-roll, digital inkjet press. And that was the future. I could see that the machine was fantastic, but the business and Indian market was not mature enough to start digital revolution. So after working 27 years, I decided to do something on my own. And along with my partner, we had a long discussion about what to do. But then it was already very clear that we will go digital rather going conventional offset printing. And it paid off. Okay. We started with buying old machines from some of the customers and refurbishing it and started print production. What happened there is my capex was the lowest one, my realization was good, and we slowly migrated buying the new machines. And today, I cater short-run books for many publishers, renowned publishers, story publishers, as well as educational publishers. And it gives me immense pleasure doing the book printing. Plus, my realization is quite good. As Rishabh said yesterday, realization is more than 50%. So the next step is that I should get into the inkjet printing, because my customers are coming to me asking for more number of copies, which is not possible on digital cut sheet press. So definitely I'm thinking of going for inkjet web press.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mansi, what made you join your family business? That is my first question. And why books are the love of your life?
Okay, so I did my master's about 8 years ago, and I had a clear choice to pursue L&D, which was my first love. But then somebody needed to hold the fort with Dad and expanded. He had created a legacy, and I jumped in. About books, so one is that we're very recent in the book printing space. We've had 30 years of experience with variable data printing, where we've created solutions specifically, say, for BFSI, bead printing, insurance policies, or mobile bills back in the day, and then security printing solutions for universities to print their most secure degrees and mark sheets. Now, post-COVID, we had some edtechs who came around looking for specific variable data books, where, how edtechs created really complex solutions during COVID. Every student book is different. They have to print 5,000 books, but all 5,000 are variable. That's how we started. And then we said, okay, let's dive deep. And we went to a bunch of, not HarperCollins and Penguins, but mid-sized publishers to understand what is their pain point. And realize that all our experience of variable data, as well as creating security solutions, we could use in creating application-based solutions to take care of some of the challenges that some publishers were talking about this morning, where it is that, okay, we can take care of all their digital assets into a AWS server where there's a library created. We can create an application-based solution in a way that they are in full control of their assets, and have optimized and re-engineered process in a way that files are pre-processed and ready to print as soon as there is a trigger right from when the order comes out. So the love of this actually comes from creating value and service, and not just being another vendor who's printing books.
Absolutely, I agree with you, and that value is what premium you will get from your clients.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you don't want to stand in the competition, right?
We don't.
You want to be above that, and with your value addition, you can command a premium.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So in fact, we don't win any business by price differentiation. We never go and tell someone, hey, you know what, we're cheaper, work with us. We are, we will go and say we're 25% expensive, but this is what we'll be able to solve. And fortunately, God has been kind. We've had, customers and 25, 30 odd customers in the last 1 year that we've been able to capture who value that kind of service.
Absolutely.
So that's where the love comes from.
Good. It's very good to know that in a short span of time, Mansi has picked up the right traits, and being qualified in a different field, that knowledge of her in that media is helping them to create a way forward for being somebody who's adding value.
Yes.
Akshat, I won't talk about you. because you introduce, we'll save some time. I'll talk to Vijay first. I mean, it's an introduction round. Vijay, can you just introduce yourself first and what has been, how in the last 28 years that you have been Repro, what different and how did you innovate yourself? Because I knew your company, I used to follow your company, being the leaders in newsletters and annual reports, right? And one fine day I find that Repro has, taken Surat and this and that, and you were into the African markets. Okay, that was all bulk then. But then you switched over to digital printing in the year 2008 or something. So just give us a very brief outline of how you have evolved your company into a digital company.
Hello. So I'm in this industry since last 36 years. Out of that, 30 years with Repro. Digital printing in Repro basically started before 2000.
Yeah.
Before Y2K area, I would say, in those Y2K era. In 1998, we used to print small manuals for DOS and Microsoft on HCL and those type of sheet-fed toner machine. In 2004-5, we decided, in 2000, we have printed one autobiography for Alec Padamsee, that is a double life. And during that inaugurations, I mean, we printed that in shortest possible time, that was in 4 days on offset machine. And during that launch period, one of the director has expressed that it has taken 4 days to print this book, but days will come that we will put the paper, it will print, it will fold, it bind, and you will get the cut ready book in your hand in less than 24 hours. So during those days, we said that how is that possible? Because offset need folding and then gathering and then cutting. But today that is the reality. Not today, in fact, we experienced around 10, 15 years back when we installed our first Prosper machine. So we started digital printing with toner-based sheet-fed machine in 2005. And first inkjet machine installed in 2000. We decided in 2011 and installed in 2012. So right now we are having 4 inkjet machines, which is having monocolor and multicolor of 3 different OEM. So the most important thing the Repro realized that what offset people need to think before going into the digital. That is a change in the mindset. Because that is why in 2005 itself we have separated our digital printing division from offset. Inkjet and toner base will be separately operated. The printing, the binding, the cutting, finishing, packing, everything will be separate because the offset mindset will not work for the digital printing. I will give you one example. Recently I visited one of the printers in North. He is having the offset as well as the inkjet machines, and while interacting he said that this is my senior most operator of offset, now running these inkjet machines. So the inkjet, during the discussions we said, we have realized that what is the importance of relative humidity and temperature. So machine was not running properly, so a lot of stoppage in between and some print was not coming properly, color was mismatched. So he said, wait, so my operator, the senior most operator will come in the second shift and he will do something. So his operator come, he open up the door of that where the printed was set, he did something, he showed that he has done something, he pretended that he has done something, and the machine was started. But later on I realized that what he did, he kept some sponge, wet sponge near the printed just to maintain, just to get the proper humidity. The problem was solved, but later on they started experiencing problems that is inconsistency in the color, and I think it will affect the life of printed also. So that is why the Repro have spent a lot of time in upskilling the operators, the team behind the digital, and that is what we are seeing over the period of time.
Thank you. Now I come to a gentleman who's a second generation printer, and he's not qualified as a printer. Am I right? So usually what happens is after a certain time, it's either you follow your dad's business or you do something else. So Kedar, in very short, tell us why you've entered this line. Because your dad insisted for you to enter that line? Or
I was forced to have,
Really?
emotionally, my dad forced me to enter
blackmailed
the
you.
business. And once I got a hang of it, I started loving it.
Yeah.
And we've been a commercial printer, and we have entered digital foray quite early, understood the way the digital works, and we have complemented our offset with digital. We always print the shells on the offset and have a variable data printed on the cut sheet. And elections in India, we have a lot of elections. And election is what we've actually realized there is a lot of potential in doing this. And we were very happy by doing that. All the political parties were also happy printing with us, because we handled a lot of data, a lot of photographs, and it worked very well for us.
So tell me one thing. What was the year you invested in digital?
We were quite early. I think by 2003, 2004, we had first Xerox.
Xerox, okay.
And
4112.
Yeah, the old one. Probably they were not able to print on a
Thick
cards
substrate.
and all that stuff. And then we had to get into tag as a business. And we realized that it's an easier way to print